Hi, everyone. I am Catherine Coyle, and I'm here with my friend and also colleague at Novel Effect, Tracy Mercier. And we are super excited to be chatting all about summer reading. We'll chat a little bit about the summer slide and fun and creative ways to keep literacy skills going during the summer.
Welcome, everybody, and we're excited also to be joined by our partners at Flip in Magic School AI in Canva EDU as well. Fantastic. You ready, Catherine?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right.
So, as a reminder, we have some fun prizes from our sponsors, Flip, Magic School, Canva, and ourselves. So, we ask you to, if you'd like, to post one takeaway on Twitter or Instagram about something you've learned in this webinar, and you'll be entered to win, again, swag, as well as a Novel Effect summer reading plan for your whole entire school. So again, to enter, you'll just post one takeaway, something you learned or something you thought was really exciting from this webinar. And I've posted here the different accounts to tag for a chance to win.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I cannot wait to see who is going to get all that fun stuff. And I'm really excited about what we're going to be talking about tonight because as a former school librarian, I am really passionate about reading in general and summer reading in particular, in helping students skip the summer slide. One of the sad realities of the summer slide is that students who don't read over the summer can lose up to 20% of any reading gains they made during the school year. So they've worked so hard during the school year, and then they go into the summer thinking they're like free and I don't have to learn and do work anymore. And they lose a big chunk of those gains in progress. And that can really contribute to not just their reading achievement, but also the achievement gap in general. The great news is that summer reading really helps close that and helps diminish those accumulating impacts of continued learning loss. So the great news is we know how to stop it. And it's by getting our kids to read, which is really promising. I thought it was really interesting to discover that the more families every year are becoming more and more aware of the summer slide, what it is, and how to prevent it. So it's already increased by 5 points in the number of families. So it used to be 47% only knew. Now we're up to 53%. So every little bit over that halfway point is an improvement because families who are aware of the summer slide make summer reading a priority, which goes a really long way into helping students close that achievement gap.
So now let's talk a little bit about bridging that gap. And this is something you chatted about a bit on the previous slide, but lack of summer reading in students continues to compound that learning loss and that learning gap. I thought it was a surprising statistic that 20% of children don't read at all during the summer. And then thinking about their peers that are frequent readers, they're reading 5 to 7 days per week. So they're then entering the school year with increased academic confidence. But you can also see how the gap really expands between those students that aren't reading at all during the summer versus some of their peers that are reading a lot more. So according to that Scholastic report, 77% of students who read over the summer feel prepared when returning to school. And so that's really what we want to help with over the summer.
I love that connection, Catherine, and how like families who are aware of the summer slide encourage their children and make summer reading a priority. And then the children who are reading, right, because their families are so aware of it or because they have a great love of reading, go into the school year just so much more confident and feel like they're ready to go and can really tackle a lot of what's happening in the classroom. I think that's just awesome and amazing.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. And I asked you about this too. Go ahead.
So we know that access to books over the summer increases reading opportunities. That's why we love incorporating Novel Effect, because we do have a collection of ebooks that makes it obviously very accessible to students at home, being able to use those in the app. Let's see. Do you have anything to add on here, Tracy?
Well, we currently have over 200 ebooks that are available in app. And the other thing is that for when it comes to summer reading, right? Even though most, like the average number of books in a home for avid readers is 139, that number diminishes for those students who don't read a lot. And like, while that might sound a little sad, the great news is that then a lot of those students are actually getting books to read over the summer from their school libraries or from their schools or from their public libraries. And school libraries have a lot of great different programs and possibilities that parents can just check into about ways to get books. Some of them will open up their library a couple times over the summer so students can come and get books. Others will let students check out an increased number of books at the end of the year that are due back at the beginning of the next year. So, for example, I was in a district where we did that, and then we arranged it so then the students returned those books to the middle school that they attended, and then we just did interlibrary transport. So we all got our books back. And that goes a long way increasing summer reading. So students who have access to books are going to read more. And a lot of them love to read over the summer. They love the way that it's just a great way to pass the time. And I was astounded that a lot of children thought this way, because I know a lot of kids are really connected to their device and their tablet. So to see such a large number, 59% in my mind is still large, enjoy reading to pass the time and also to keep their brain active, which is really cool because oftentimes we forget about the way that reading does stimulate our brain and gets us thinking about ourselves, get us thinking about other people, as well as getting us thinking about like the other, like the world around us in our local, global, in communities. And what their kids also say is that when there is a summer reading program available, it actually encourages them to read. So oftentimes public libraries and school libraries may partner together to do a summer reading program. Sometimes public libraries will follow the summer reading program that the CSLP follows, where the kids get badges for reading, and 65% of them said that's really encouraging. One of the things that we do at Novel Effect is when we build our summer reading plans, we do our best to connect it in some way to what CSLP is doing. So we try to connect it to the themes, and we'll talk a little bit more about that afterwards. Another thing that also really drives kids to read more over the summer is when they get to choose the books they want to read. We all know what a strong motivator choice is in anything, and when it comes to reading, that's no different. So one of the things I love is that we have over 1,000 soundscapes available in our app that families and students can use with the books that they already own, love, and can get at their school and local libraries. And then also, one of our tips is to find ways to make summer reading creative, ways to make it interactive, to get kids to engage in, to like really create that, to stimulate that brain activity that they really enjoy, and to help them process their reading, which is a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight. Is what are some interactive ways to get kids reading and to be thinking about what they're reading?
So we'd love to hear from you guys if you have participated in a summer reading program in the past. What do you think made your summer reading program successful or motivating to students? Or if there was just a particular feature that you really enjoyed in a past summer reading program you've done. So you can feel free to drop some of those ideas in the chat, maybe give some other teachers some inspo.
And I'm already like taking a peek at some of the questions and I'm answering them.
So I'm a former teacher, and during the summer in Georgia, there's a program with Six Flags, and so students could read and track their reads to earn a Six Flags ticket, which some of my students really loved. But that was the only one that I had really participated in. Ooh, that's fun. So Carla said, I'm a children's librarian, and the incentive of winning a Pie the Librarian got them reading. I bet. That's awesome.
I just want to know if Carla gets to choose the pie that she gets pied with.
The pie flavor.
Yeah.
Let's see. We see schools offered prizes for summer reading. Yeah, we see that the prizes are definitely motivating. Let's see.
Yeah.
Ooh, community literacy fest. That's cool to hype up summer reading program, get kiddos excited.
Can I talk about that a little bit? Because one of the things that research has shown is that when you have community events like that and you're sharing information with families about summer reading, about the summer slide, and then providing them with events where they can learn more and get access to materials and resources, they are so likely to attend because they understand the importance and the value of keeping those gains up over the summer.
Awesome. Love some of those ideas.
I know. Yes, Christine, there will be a recording and we'll share it. We'll share the replay with everybody via email for sure. Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, everybody. Nikki, I know that's such an awesome responsibility that you get to be responsible for summer reading at your school this year. Should definitely connect and chat. I would love to hear what you're going to be doing and cannot wait to see the ways you'll incorporate a lot of what we'll be sharing tonight. Ooh, a Readopoly game.
I thought that sounded
cool. They're so fun.
So before we chat about our Novel Effect summer reading program, just a quick overview of Novel Effect if some of you have not used it before. Novel Effect is our amazing app that as you read aloud your favorite picture books. So as I mentioned, we do have some ebooks in the app, but for the most part, you're still using a physical book. So as you're reading aloud your picture books, it will add music, sound effects, and character voices, not only making it super interactive and engaging, but I love that it adds like an extra literacy piece to the read aloud. So for example, in like Dragons Love Tacos, it talks about like tacos like sizzling, and you can hear a sizzle in our soundscape. Or there's like an accordion party, and some of the younger kiddos may have never heard of an accordion before. And so it just gives them like some extra context clues. It's a great way to, I'm going off on a tangent now because I just love all the extra pieces it adds. But it does so much more than just, you know, an engaging soundscape. That's the part that everyone loves. But there are also so many like more pieces you can dig into with the soundscape and connect to different standards. So with all that being said, we do have a collection of ebooks. We have, as Tracy mentioned, over 1,000 soundscapes. So that means 1,000 different choices to read aloud with. And then we do have some titles in Spanish, mostly English though.
Can I add on to what you were saying about that extra layer of literacy, Catherine?
Yes, of course.
Oh my gosh. So one of the things that I really love, we have professional soundscape designers that work on our soundscapes and create the music and the sound effects and the voices at just the right moments when you're reading. I really think of it as like it's as if when you're watching a movie and then the music is playing and it's there to help you like create that emotion.
Make
And
connections to theme. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but I
no,
love that piece.
yes,
It's
I
just
was just gonna say,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry, you keep going.
No, go. This is as you can tell, like this is our passion that we just one of the reasons why we love it. I feel like our soundscapes do such a great job of making those abstract things so concrete. I just saw someone post creepy carrots and just like the funny little cute way that the music is used to show just how scary and frightening that is. And
Suspense.
and suspenseful, 100%. One of my favorites that I know I talk about a lot is Beakle, the unimaginary friend, and the way the soundscape designers make it so crystal clear with the music that Beakle is in one world at the beginning and then is in a completely different world. So if it's not clear to you in the illustrations or in the text itself, the change in the music really helps solidify that for students. And I love the way we do that.
One more thing, something I think is really cool, kind of like a behind the scenes type um, fact is before our artists start on the soundscape, we get together with the educators on our team. And we talk about, again, like the theme of the book, the lessons we want to convey. They ask about, like, what teachable moments are there in this book and how they can bring that in with the soundscape. So, a lot of people might assume, like, in this day and age, it's all AI, popping up with these sounds, but it's actually not at all. It's real life composers. Tracy and I have been in some with our voiceovers. So it's just fun that it's like a whole company project. There's so many different things that go into it. And I just like how like purposeful it is. And
Can I?
they're
Yeah.
keeping the teachers and librarians in mind. Okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I have one more and then I'm going to move on. So we recently produced the soundscape for Big, which won the Caldecott and the like a whole bunch of the National Book Award and all that great stuff. And one of the things that I really loved that the designers did is there is such subtlety in the way that the young girl feels at different points in the book, and it's pretty subtle. You have to pick up and pay attention closely to the illustrations and the text that Vashti Harrison included. And the music that they used in the soundscape just makes you really deeply feel the way she feels. And it really helps you connect with the characters.
It does. Love that one.
I could talk about this all night, but
I'm sure we could but we could continue.
So why a lot of families love using novel effect is because it does provide a multi-sensory experience with read alouds. It does make it more engaging. Like what we were just talking about, the music and the character voices and the sound effects can really help you connect with the way the character's feeling, what's happening in the story. One more I'm gonna shout out is Trombone Shorty. Like you can really feel what it's like to be Trombone Shorty when he was a child in New Orleans. So I think that it really helps connect to characters, settings, and the themes and events that are going on in the story. So it's not just hearing the words and looking the pictures. It's like creating that deeper emotion and connection.
And conversations, lots of
Mhm.
conversations.
100%. And then they also love using it because, like we were talking about earlier, accessibility to books is a game changer. And whether, I live right, I could walk to my library, but that doesn't mean I have time to go there every day. So being able to access the ebooks that are in the app and then have that soundscape experience with them in the app really is a game changer. And our ebook collection continuously grows, which is just awesome. It makes it so much easier for parents to have access to text and books for their children. And then we have expert curated collections and book activities. So, a lot of us are just passionate about and have done a lot of work in literacy and education at Novel Effect. So we're really steeped in what goes behind choosing books that are going to really work well for the grown-ups who are reading them, because we don't want to make it just fun for the kids. We like to make it fun for grown-ups too, as well as the book activities that get created to extend that read aloud experience and make it, enriching beyond the read aloud as well.
Mhm.
Did I miss anything there? I feel like I did.
Um, I don't think you did. I saw a comment pop up. Now it's not there, so I can't see who wrote it, but they said they recently learned about the activities,
Yeah.
which makes me happy. So I create the activities for Novel Effect. Oh, there it is, Cindy.
Mhm.
And they are differentiated pre-K, usually pre-K through third or pre-K through fifth, depending on the story. But those are a great feature that I am loving. We just got them in the app, and it just makes lesson planning super easy for teachers. So check out the activities if you have not yet, because I think they're worth the subscription. So.
Agreed. And, all of that really helps us create a summer reading plan that makes reading over the summer accessible and engaging for families and young readers. I say young readers, to me, that's anybody who's a reader. So grown-ups and kids. Our summer reading plan is connected to CSLP, or the Collaborative Summer Library Program's theme. Their theme is about adventures and reading. So we really went with that. And we built 3 collections. So we think of a collection like a mini bookshelf in a sense, and it has like topics that are somehow related. And we worked really hard to choose some titles that were connected to STEM. We really wanted to get kids to have adventures in reading and thinking and being outside and really exploring their environment. So there is a STEM collection in our summer reading, adventures in summer reading. So we have STEM adventures, we have athletic adventures that can get kids exploring and finding out and learning more about sports in reading and historical sports figures. And we also have another collection around nature and having some adventures in nature where it's related to different creatures and ecosystems where they can really think about and explore some more. When you go to our website, there is a free tracking sheet that is shown on the screen here where the kids can keep track of the books that they're reading. They just color in a tent as they go around at the campground until they fill in their campground. And for the grown-ups who are reading, there is a reading guide that has some prompts and some suggestions to extend the read aloud to help like spark those conversations and to spark some inquiry, and so that it's not only about reading but it's also about inquiry in learning over the summer. And also we have those book activities available too. And all of this is the book activities are included, and the collections are all included with a premium subscription for Novel Effect. So you really do get a lot. You get all the ebooks that are in our app, you get all of our soundscapes that are in the app, and obviously all of the book activities as well that are available in our app and on our website.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy.
Mhm.
And we have a webinar special only offered to people attending this webinar, 25% off a subscription for the school plan with the code summer 24. You'll receive a copy of these links. But we do have a link here where you can click to learn even more about our summer reading program. But you might want to take a picture of this or screenshot it so you save your 25% off, because we're not posting it on social or anything. It's just for this webinar.
Yeah, or scan the QR code as well to
Yes.
get there. So our summer reading plan for schools and districts and public libraries includes 500 activation cards that are available for schools, districts, and public libraries to give out to students and families. And then they can scan the QR code and get started and redeem their subscription to use over the summer. So you're really providing them with a subscription of Novel Effect over the summer, and then they can have access to all of the great activities, all the soundscapes, the in-app ebooks, and it just really helps boost access for them to summer reading resources, as well as all of us working together to close that summer reading gap. And then you can also, if you're a school, district, or public library, and you can also request a quote and just put the code summer24 in the comments, and we will secure your price with the 25% off. We also have one for classroom teachers. So classroom teachers can buy a summer reading plan for their students. And then with the code summer24, receive 25% off of that.
And it's so funny when kids go home or when parents, I guess, discover Novel Effect, because they're like, oh, that's what my kid has been reading with at school and talking about. Like, we hear that all the time, that the parents are like, finally, I know what they're talking about, because the kids will come home and rave about it. So I can't imagine how excited they would be to then bring it home and be able to use at home during the summer.
100%. And the activation cards come with directions to help families get started. It's 3 quick, easy steps in a QR code to scan. So, and if they need any assistance, our customer success team is awesome and immediately gets back to folks. So we wanted to open up the floor a little bit for some questions, right, Catherine?
Yep, we have one in the chat right now.
Yes, Hope. So the school-wide plan, if you have the one that is for the staff only, the summer reading plan is different because it provides access specifically for students and their families over the summer.
Good question.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah. I'm just looking back at the chat and like loving some of the
discussions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we pass it off?
We 100% should. So we are super excited. Like we were saying at the beginning, our edtech partners at Flip, Magic School AI, and Canva joined us to share some tips and tricks and ways to use their tools to keep kids learning and thinking and creating over the summer. And we're going to start with Anne. We're going to pass it off to Anne at Flip. Hi, Anne.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good.
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. I love that conversation. I've been loving all of the comments. To those tuning in, hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing epic ideas. I think something we can all agree on is that we love celebrating the reading journey and the authentic reading lives of everybody, even ourselves as lifelong learners. I'm so excited to be here tonight with you all. My name is Anne Cosma. I'm an educator innovation lead at Microsoft, and I work to support many products, one of them being Copilot, our AI tool, Flip, You might know it formerly called Flipgrid and then another product called Math Solver, but I wanted to share some AI generated ideas tonight. And folks in the comments, I'm super curious if you're familiar with Flipgrid, let me know. I'm kind of assuming that folks might be familiar with it, but it is a video communication tool, completely free from Microsoft, and you do not have to be a Microsoft school or district or community or organization to leverage it. It is free for everybody. So some ideas for students. I put the Copilot prompt, my AI prompt, up on the top of each of these slides, and I have ideas for students, for families, for educators, for librarians, and wanted to just share one idea for each community group. Okay, I'm seeing that a lot of folks are familiar with it, but for example, Debbie, I'm glad that you shared that you've never used it. This is a little bit of information, more so big ideas and concepts to celebrate reading than Flip, but I will share a peek inside the tool so you can learn a little bit more. Book reviews, vlogs, right? So getting our students to talk about what they're reading. But I love this idea that was generated. Create short videos, book reviews. But how about with the Summer Reading Adventure series? Give a book scale, 5 ice cream cones instead of 5 stars, right? Could be a super fun way to leverage stickers inside a Flip. Share these book recommendations. Talking about books and reading was the very first way I ever used Flipgrid way back in the day, and continue to love sharing book ideas and prompts via the Flip. Yeah, so same, Tracy, right? But you'll notice not only the book review vlogs, character interviews, perspective, different perspectives, author's purpose, etc., different things that could be brought up in these story elements, Flip hunts, using a scavenger hunt, but I shared Flip features that could be used in each of these different ways. So with that book review vlog, consider using Flip mixtapes to generate a highlight reel and share at the end of the summer, or document that reading journey over time. So those are just some ideas, and I will be sharing these out after, but let's jump into Copilot for families. Copilot prompt was: share 3 examples for how parents and guardians can get involved and help students enjoy, reinforce things like reading skills, fluency, comprehension, perspective. So family book clubs or read-along recordings, perspective swap. If you've never clicked on the 3 dots inside a Flip and changed the perspective of the camera, it's a super fun hack that not only allows different perspectives to be shown, but just a really fun, creative way you can use the camera. But I want to talk about read-along recordings, because this is a beautiful app smash, novel effect, and Flip using audio mode. Record yourselves reading aloud, not only to bring in that fluency piece or generating questions and digging deep. I always asked my first grade students on the surface and under the surface questions to go deep into story elements, but also those inference questions and why, how, those types of questions, and just generate deeper thinking skills. So tons of ideas just from a family book club or read along recording to that perspective swap. Now, I asked Copilot to share some ideas for educators. So the educators and classroom teachers tuning in, reading journey maps or Flip reading marathons or a reading time capsule. These are fun 10 to 15 minute activities you could send your students on their way to the summer holidays or the break from school. I asked Copilot for some outside the box ideas for how they could use Flip to share summer reading adventures with others. And I love this visual reading journey map that literally could be a stop on the map, whether it's something in their community or literally a reading map from the books that they're reading, favorite quotes, drawings, reenactments of memorable scenes. I love using novel effect with my 6-year-old niece, but I also think about the way I want her to develop skills as a reader and talk about the books that she's reading. So whether it's a journey map or literally those Flip reading marathons or time capsules to capture and celebrate authentic reading adventures over the summer, to me is a brilliant idea. So some flip features I'm sharing, again, the mixtapes for highlight reels using audio only mode, or even leveraging those automatically generated QR codes inside of Flip to revisit as a capsule later in the year. Librarians, those of you who are in this incredible position to support communities, I asked Copilot for 3 creative ways librarians can empower communities of readers to support outside the box ideas. Again, book trailers, community challenges, virtual book fairs you can see on screen, and dig in deeper to a little of them. So I'm going to talk about community challenges and set up a series of reading challenges. These could be multiple topics on side of Flip, but ask your participants to complete a reading related task, or find an unusual place to read a book, or find a book with a blue cover, or based on a librarian's clue. So this is just a fun way to celebrate with a spirit of adventure as they dig into new content, perhaps explore new genres, or find new books to love this summer. So I love these, again, just thinking about the ways that Flip features like the backdrops or the music, stickers and emojis can be used. There is a way that you can invite guests to a Flip topic with guest password, but I love to say, don't be afraid to push all the buttons and play to learn. So a quick reminder of what features exist inside the Flip camera. Not only do we have virtual backdrops and augmented lenses, those are those buttons on the bottom of the screen. There's an audio only mode. Again, on the right rail, you'll notice things like text and inking and emoji stickers and GIFs and filters and adding photographs. So many creative ways to level up the way you share in a Flip camera. This is just what it looks like when you start clicking on buttons. So if you're brand new to Flip, you definitely can get started for free at flip.com. Leverage these tools. There's a built-in screen recorder, a teleprompter, etc. But I just want to say, friends, conversations like this, thank you to Novel Effect for having us join. We host conversations too. You're welcome to join in the future, but I know I raced through a ton of ideas. I'll share them on, but I want to make space for the next guests who are coming on to share from Magic School and Canva. Thank you to Novel Effect for having me. I think we might have a minute or two for questions. So if anybody in the chat, you notice them come up, I definitely would love to answer any of them.
I have a question, Anne.
Yeah.
Students view each other's recordings or videos?
This is a great question. So this depends on how the educator or the lead of the group sets it up. They can enable it so students can view each other's. They can even comment with text or video to each other, or the educator or lead of the group can disable that if they want those videos to remain private. Perhaps it's like a formative assessment check-in or just a back and forth between the educator. So it's completely up to how the lead would set it up. That's a great question.
That's a fun way to also like keep the kids connected during the summer. And I'm just thinking of like back and forth read alouds together.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Or build a story challenge, or even if it's extending conversations and having virtual book clubs. We love to say, if you can think it, you can flip it, and truly anything, and practically anything can be done with using the Flip camera for sharing, celebrating, and showcasing. And Debbie, I see this question. We absolutely do online training for Flip. If you head to flip.com, and I will drop the link in the chat, or maybe Mary Alice can grab it. We literally have a button at the top that says events, and you can find professional development and events and conversations we're hosting. We even host free PD for school districts, organizations, classrooms. So let us know. You can sign up for free PD at flip.com as well. We have an educator toolkit at the bottom linked on our website, but I'll share all those links after in the chat. Great questions. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Anne. Those are such amazing ideas. It just made me think about story walks, and just a lot of those ideas just bring a story walk to a whole different level in concept, which I thought was really cool.
and the possibilities are endless. So that's why an event like this, literally a community coming together and sharing ideas and learning with and from each other, is so meaningful and so powerful. So thank you to Novel Effect for inviting Flip and for me to join you all. I really appreciate the time and opportunity.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
I'll be heading to the chat next.
Awesome. Thank you, Anne. So our other edtech partner from Magic School AI, we have Jenny to join us. Hey, Jenny, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, it's so good to be here.
We're so glad to have you. I cannot wait to see what you all have shared. It's pretty fun and exciting in the way that it connects to Novel Effect. So I cannot wait. I'm excited for it.
Well, Anne is big shoes to fill, following her
Enthusiasm,
and she's just full of so much energy. Just love her and love being able to be here too, and with Amy and Canva and everything too. So it's just a great time, and so many great things are being shared. So I'm excited to be included. And so I'm Jenny Long. I'm a 25-year educator. I'm located in Fort Worth, Texas. So I recently joined Magic School in November as senior community strategist, and I help with events and helping to nurture the community and grow the community, and also district partnerships. So bringing on schools and districts to use a Magic School. So as Anne said, and she was kind of getting some feedback from the viewers, like I would just love to know in the chat, like, our thoughts on if you've used Magic School, have you tried it? Some experiences. We actually had our pioneer calls today, so it was really great to just interact with the community and hear from them. And always just love, just fills my heart to hear from them and the things that they're doing. But today I want to share some things on how we can continue to encourage students to read and keep that reading going, but using Magic School. So Magic School is the #1 leading generative AI platform in education right now. We have almost 2 million users using our platform. And it's just exciting times as we now have recently launched the student-facing side of our platform. So now students can engage with AI in a safe, responsible way. So I think we have a little video to show, and I'm going to kind of like speak over the video as it's playing. So there is no voice, but I will kind of tell you what's happening in the video. So using Magic School with your reading, we have a couple different things I want to share. One is the character chatbot, and then we'll talk about the rap battle. So these are student experiences. So the tool here that we're going to talk about is the character chatbot. So with the character chatbot, students are able to really have that conversation with the specific characters from the book. And in this particular book, we're going to focus on what is the, I'm looking at the soundscape from hold on, let me find it. I can barely see my screen, so I'm trying to find the exact title. This is the pigeon, don't let the pigeon drive the bus. Yes, so that's the one that this one is interacting with. So basically what we've done is the students can have the chatbot already created by the teacher, and then they can ask questions to the characters that are in the book. So this one, is asking like, do you like to drive a bus, or have you ever ridden a double-decker bus? So it's just having conversations with the pigeon and going back and forth and using the prompts that are created too after the output is created. There are like just kind of promptings there to the students to continue that conversation. So the next one, let's see. Now in this one, it talks about how, this is from the teacher view. So on this side, that was the students interacting with the bot. Now this way, showing you how the teacher is going to set that up on the back end before they launch it to their students. So in this view, the teacher has the ability to go in and pick the tools that they're going to give to the students in their room. So with this one, we've created the character chatbot. And so we're specifying exactly what we want the students to see on their end and how they want to interact with the chatbot. So teachers have that ability to customize. And this was a new feature that we just launched a week or so ago. And then once they're done with that, you can share that out with a link a QR code or send it directly to Google Classroom. And so when the students go in, they have that ability, like we just said, to be able to ask questions to the characters. So it's super exciting, and being able to customize now really kind of lets the teacher kind of specify more specific.
Boy, you got it. I'm the pigeon, the pigeon from Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And guess what? I am absolutely flapping with excitement to dive into this chat with you. Can you believe it? They won't let me drive the bus, can you imagine? But here I am, ready to zoom through our chat, no bus required. Honk honk, what's on your mind? Let's chat, but remember, I've got my eye on that bus.
Awesome. I was like, wait, who's speaking? Who's speaking? So we do have text-to-speech and speech-to-text features also added into the platform so that students can then hear what is being spoken and the words.
Oh, my feathers. My favorite part? Well, let me tell you, it's absolutely positively, without a doubt, the adventure. Every day is a new chance to try something I've never done before, like driving a bus, which I'm still planning on, by the way. Can you believe they still won't let me drive it? It's outrageous. But oh, the thrill of the chase, dreaming big, and having all sorts of fun adventures, that's what I love. Plus, I get to meet so many friends along the way, just like you. What's your favorite adventure?
I actually think the voice sounds great. Like, I think it's like, it's kind of robotic, but I think it does sound really good, and has these voices have improved so much over time. So this one is actually a rap battle. So this example is going to be the rap battle. So in this one, we have the rock, paper, scissors soundscape. And so students can come in here and they can have a battle between characters. So again, the teacher can customize on the back end what that experience is going to look like for the students. And then this is kind of showing you the student view. And so they're having that rap battle between the characters. And a really fun app smash that you can actually do with this is an app called Suno, Suno. So there's been a lot of share of this on social media where you can create songs, you can create raps with Magic School, and then you can take those lyrics and then you can put them to specific tunes and then have your song created or your rap battle created. So this is just another way for students to engage with the reading that they're participating in, and then making it come more to life with bringing those characters out in different experiences. So this one is the rap battle between the rock, paper, and scissors characters as they're interacting here. So again,
I love the connection you made between Magic School and Novel Effect. I was like, how is she going to do this? But I love the examples that you came up with. And also, we know that kids are wanting to use AI, and it's, the cool new thing, but I love that they can use it in a responsible and like protected way with Magic School, and you don't have to be, worried about giving them free reign on, a different platform that doesn't necessarily have all of those perimeters. And like you said, the teacher is adding what, I guess, the content that they'll be responding with in a way. I know not all the content, but
yeah. No, we definitely take privacy and security very seriously at Magic School, and we've really taken extra steps to make sure our students are safe, and they don't have to put in any personal identified information when they sign in. They're just putting in like it's all directed from the teacher, and they get a QR code or a link to join. So just a great experience for students. And there are so many tools for us as adults and staff, not just teachers. I mean, we have librarians and counselors, everyone using the tools, but just really, really excited about students using it. And even just going to Raina and having conversations. We have a book suggestion tool as well to suggest books. I mean, we can even say, can you suggest some books from Novel Effect, maybe, so just a great way to use Magic School and tying in that reading. So I know we're running short. I don't want to take up time from hearing about Canva. So I don't know if there are any questions that came through. I'm happy to answer those, but appreciate you guys listening and would love to hear other ways that you're using Magic School and Novel Effect this summer. Thank you again so much, ladies, for the opportunity to be here today.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was really neat. I guess I didn't realize how many uses there were in Magic School AI. I don't know. I just thought it was more of like worksheet type activities, and I love like the interactivity to it.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
We just actually came out with a worksheet tool. We have so many other things other than worksheets. So that was actually a high requested tool. And to answer the question about languages, yes, there are over 70 different languages that you can translate your outputs to, and the platform can be translated into any languages or some languages as well. So definitely give it a try. All of our tools are free. There are premium aspects, but would love to have you go in and try it out. Yes, we do have a flagging system. So if there are inappropriate words or things said, the teacher will get notified and no one else sees those. So it would just be between the teacher and the student, and those can be quickly removed. Yeah, great questions.
Cool. This is awesome. I want to go play on it now.
Yeah, go play.
Awesome.
Well, thanks,
thank you
Amy.
so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jen. That was a lot of fun. It's funny to hear like the conversation.
I love that.
Yeah, that would be
Puns.
love the concept of a rap battle. And like in Anne's idea is so creative also. And we're not done. We have Amy from Canva EDU. Hi, Amy.
Hi, y'all. Thank you so much for inviting Canva to be a part of this incredible event. I'm feeling so inspired and I want to get started on, I don't know if you all can see, let me see if I can get my finger. That's my reading list, my summer reading list. It just keeps growing. So I'm going to have to take some of y'all's ideas and get going here with my summer reading as well.
How does that happen, right, Amy? Like
Well, I'm excited. I use Canva a lot. I know teachers love Canva, so I'm excited to hear more.
All right. So thank you all for bearing with me. I'm hoping screen share is about to start. There we go. So we are talking summer reading adventures with Canva for Education. Again, we are just honored to be invited to participate here at Canva. We are just so grateful for the opportunity to, truly app smash with other apps. We are firm believers in better together. And so honored to be here. I just want to say hi really quickly. My name is Amy. I serve as a Canva learning consultant, which means I train schools and districts who have brought on Canva for Education. And if you're like, what does that mean? That means that we can set up an entire school or district with free Canva for Education accounts. That means everybody within that school or district gets a free Canva account. So that's teachers, students, staff. And then we can also connect it with your LMS as well as your SSO pathway. I'll share information about that at the end, but I just kind of wanted to tell you that that's my role. And then once you kind of get set up with Canva for Education, all of our professional development is free as well. So all about those free things, but let's go ahead and dive in. And this is a quick shout out to you. Some of your ideas were just, I felt like your co-pilot was in my brain here. But just to kind of reiterate what Canva is, it's truly like your one-stop shop when you're looking to create engaging visual communications for any audience. So this could be flyers for your students, or it could be a newsletter to send to your family. With a Canva for Education account, y'all would have access to our entire visual suite. So that means you almost get, like, if you've ever heard of the Canva Pro account, you essentially get a Canva Pro account plus educational templates, truly authentically 100% free. So that's enough about Canva. Let me show you a little bit about what we created as a team when we were invited to participate in this evening's event. So we were thinking about how incredible it would be for students after they get to engage with a book on novel effect, how to maybe extend that experience and maybe take that summer reading adventure that they just went on with novel effect and kind of create from it. And so we came up with a couple of ideas. And again, you all are going to have access to these slides. And what we created, you're essentially going to get a template link of. So let me show you really quickly. When you get the slides, you'll be able to click on this. It's going to say, hey, y'all, Amy made this. You'll just scroll down and you'll say use template for new design. And then you'll get to remix it and kind of create your own copy from here. But essentially what we did, I feel like, again, I was just in y'all's brains. Tracy and Catherine, you were talking earlier about how you created different collections for the summer, and you called it a virtual bookshelf. And I was like, well, I actually created virtual bookshelves for y'all in a Canva whiteboard. So this is a Canva whiteboard document, which means there's infinite space. So I'll just zoom out to show you truly a student or maybe a class could really add to this, and they would never be at capacity when it comes to physical space. So we kind of came up with 3 potential creation adventures in Canva to extend students' learning after they read with novel effects. So just bear with me as I kind of toggle over here. So the first one, and this was the one when you were talking about this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what we were thinking too. So you could make it in Flip or you could make it in Canva, but we thought students could create a book adventure map using one of our Canva map templates. So they could recreate that book setting, maybe select their top 2 to 3 events, add in some emojis from the Elements tab here in terms of maybe how that event made them feel or what they were thinking as they heard that sound effect kind of play over the novel effect app. And then does the story have a certain theme that could potentially be represented by the colors or the fonts that you select to customize your map? And so I've kind of scaffolded these. So kind of starting at the top with the map. And then our next idea was to create a infographic. So again, selecting a few major events from the story. Students could select a timeline infographic. So if we're working on chronological order, and then kind of customize it from there. Again, we have millions of different elements. So things like emojis, stickers, photos, videos, sound effects, you name it. You can find it all in the Elements tab in Canva. So I've kind of embedded links to our template libraries here, as well as some supporting resources. And lastly, creating a book trailer in Canva. So reflecting on a student's favorite part of the book, and then think about maybe how you could give some clues to what kind of adventure that book took without fully giving it away. And then have students, they could write their own script. They can go into the Canva recording studio, which lives in the Uploads tab, and they would just hit record themselves. They can read that script. They can then make their video transparent just by bringing the transparency down, so it would just be the audio file. And then they can add in custom graphics, elements, scenes from the Elements tab. So again, linking to templates here, trying to be mindful of time, but I am going to see if we have time just to play this one example here. Oh, y'all will have to let me know. I'm a first-time StreamYarder, so let me know if y'all can hear the sound with this. I'm hoping. No? Oh, no. Okay, so I must not have shared so y'all are going to have to check out this book trailer yourself. But again, we just wanted to provide an example to kind of inspire students and get them thinking, okay, how could I maybe entice some of my classmates to want to read this book? What were the really intriguing parts that I loved? But again, not giving too much away that they still want to read it. So I know that was a really fast run through of all of the things. Let me just go back really quickly. Again, y'all are going to have these slides here for questions, but I also wanted to put this up here. If you do not have Canva for Education set up for your school community or your school district, You can scan this QR code. I can also put the hyperlink into the chat. And then you can kind of let our team know that y'all are interested in setting that up, and they'll be in touch to set it up, again, 100% for free. What questions do y'all have?
This is awesome. I love all of these ideas too.
Mm-hmm.
And something I love about Canva is in the template section, you can find a worksheet or activity for so many different topics. So if, for example, the student was reading Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. I'm sure in Canva, if you go up to the templates and you would write like bus worksheet, I'm sure themed worksheets would pop up. I just love that that feature so much, because you can also edit all of the templates too.
Yes.
So even if it might be, above or below your student's level, but the theme's on point, you can personalize it also. So that's a great resource for parents to use during the summer as well.
Yeah. So again, thank you all so much. I just want to be super respectful of time here if folks have questions, but also want to throw it back to y'all if you have any closing remarks as well.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you so much.
Catherine, first, I just want to say I love all the ideas everybody shared from Flip.
I know, I'm excited.
I know.
want to play on these platforms.
In Canva. You know how much I adore and love interactive pieces when it comes to reading. And all of these are just such great comprehension strategies to use with kids and to extend the reading and the read aloud experience, and really
making it fun too.
Mm-hmm. Fun and higher level, which is fantastic. And I love the ways that all of our edtech tools like work together to really create that holistic experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to pop the giveaway slide on real quick, just as a reminder for people?
We can.
So as a reminder, you can enter to win swag from some of our partners, as well as a novel effect summer reading program for your whole school. And to do that, you will post a takeaway, something cool you learned, maybe something you just want to share with others on Twitter or Instagram. And then here you can see the different tags, and we will select a winner for all of those awesome goodies.
Yep. And I also wanted to share and announce, like, you all are the first to hear this. We have another webinar that we're going to do on May 15th with our partners from Book Creator, Wakelet, and
CurryPod, I think, right?
Yes, CurryPod. Yes, thank you.
Wow,
and yeah, and so we'll be opening up that registration soon as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Tracy.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and I'm glad that we got to hang out with Anne and Amy and Jenny as well. It was such a great night of learning. I'm just answering a question in the chat. I apologize.
And if anyone has any other questions, you can post them here. We'll stick around for a bit. Oh, I'm planning on having Novel Effect featured at my school's book fair in a couple weeks. Is there a way to display a QR code for parents to link up with? That's a great question. I'm sure we have a QR code we could send her on like a poster.
Yep.
That'd be cool. Let's see. Danielle, if you want to, here, I will drop my email.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I'll drop my email in the chat. If you will email me, and then we can get you set up with the QR code poster, because that's a really good idea.
Yep.
Oh, or support.
Yes. That's awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Hope you all have a great night and an amazing end to your school year. And
Aw.
yeah, I know. It's already that time. And happy reading.
Bye, everyone.